Hello. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Or afternoons? I guess some of y'all might be East Coast. But how are we all doing today? Hello. I am getting ready to submit the book I finished last night for my spreadsheet. That way it appears correctly on every spreadsheet. So there's that. And I actually need to mark it down on my tracker. Because, okay, no, I did already. Sweet. Okay. We are getting very, very close to the end of my submissions for this challenge, my reading for this challenge, which is wild. And Millie's getting settled, of course. How's everybody doing this morning? What have y'all been up to? Have y'all submitted prompts? Am I like the one person who's like not done any of this yet? I have a feeling I'm not. I feel like a lot of people will be doing this very last minute. But I need to get it done. So, and I feel like I'll feel better knowing I have more of it done. Goodreads, why are you being slow? Activity. But yeah, how is y'all's progress going on the challenge? Good morning. Good morning, Carrie. I don't remember what day I started reading this book. I know I finished it last night though. 6 and 05. I think I started on like the 18th or the 17th. Let's see. You've submitted 2 prompts. The ones won't change. That's fair. Okay. I don't feel like I'm rearranging books, which has been interesting. I think I've hit the point where like I'm not rearranging books. Let me put it that way, because I think I've hit that spot of like I have 20 prompts left on my spreadsheet, it says, which is not 20 because I'm not reading a single book for each prompt. So that's nice. And I already knew I already redeemed and skipped the adaptations prompt because I knew that one was not happening for me. But I feel like I'm so close that now it's like, okay, we have to be locked in. Literally. You're working on your own spreadsheet. You want to shuffle stuff? Okay, I love this. Listen, wait until y'all find out what I'm going to do for 3.0, because I think everyone's going to be like, why are you doing this to yourself? But it's going to be really funny. It's going to be chaos is what it's going to be. But I'm excited to like kind of chaos mode it a little bit and see how far I get. But yeah. Way behind on the spreadsheet and prompts. That's fair. I feel that deeply. I need to open the website for her get also. There it is. Chaos is great. I enjoy chaos. So I'm excited for that. Where am I on my submissions? Let me open this up. So I figure we're just going to I'm going to put up a timer and we're going to just kind of work our way through some sprints to get me submitting stuff. But I figure before I start that, obviously we'll chat and I will tell you where I'm at. Do you submit when you don't submit when you skip a prompt, I feel like, but I'm going to double check myself. Okay, no, cool. So, let me see. We're going to find out how many prompts I've submitted for. Oh boy. I think I have about 100 prompts left to submit for. 109 maybe. So this is going to be great. I haven't even finished submitting for prompts. I know I finished, so that's fun. I know I figure I'm just going to like slowly work my way down this checklist I have. Which is good because I've just been whiting things out as I go. But yeah, like I haven't submitted my 600-page book yet. So that's good. Okay. Well, that's okay. I do need to do my points also for this one. That was a late arc. Fees is screaming. That was an early arc. I earned a good bit of points for this one, which is the good news. The book I just finished. I have a ton of DNFs earned, so I figured by the end of the challenge, I'll just start redeeming DNFs also. But yeah, I've not submitted like 100 and some prompts. And again, I only have like 20 prompts left. So I was like, this will be really helpful and insightful for me to be like, oh yeah, you need to actually do that more often. But yeah, so okay, you don't submit for the freebies. It'll be nice. What's the hardest prompt that I have left? Let me go look. What do I have left? Honestly, I think for me, like very specifically, the hardest prompt left is the nonfiction prompt. I have 2 nonfictions left. I have one picked out. I've got to pick another one. I think that's like my hardest one. It's going to be that third and final nonfiction. I got an arc at some point, and I don't remember what book it was, and I can't find it. That was like a poetry art book thing that I was going to use, and I don't know where that is. And I feel like it's weird because I don't feel like I don't read nonfiction at all, but I feel like the nonfiction I read is like, I struggle to classify it as different kinds of nonfiction. But yeah, I think the nonfiction one, QWERTY's reviews also I've struggled with because we don't have a ton of overlap in our reading. So I actually, 2 of my nonfiction picks have been QWERTY's reviews, which has been helpful because it makes it easier for me to like get that prompt done. But yeah, I think that's the hardest one I have left right now. I feel like that's going to be my hardest one. I don't even have a book picked out for it because I've done, what have I done so far? Where is it? This is the other problem. The spreadsheet is so bulky that sometimes I'm just like, I don't know where it is. I've done a nature writing, an essay, and a social commentary, as I've called it. So I'm doing tuberculosis is everything, everywhere, whatever, the John Green one, for one, and that'll be medical. I feel like that's a genre of nonfiction, and I've just got to pick one more genre. And I'm like, what do I want to do? I don't know. I guess I haven't done a memoir. I could do a memoir. I just don't love memoirs. They usually make me hate the people. This one's really mean, but it's true. I usually just end up being like, I don't like you. So yeah, that I think is my hardest. Do y'all have a specific one that you're struggling with, or that you like aren't sure how you're going to accomplish? Oh, I don't like that. Okay. I'm clearing out my inbox while I get things up for this. You think I would have been prepped. I was not prepped ahead of time at all, and that's okay. I do still have one swap that I can use also for a category, and I may use it. I'm going to try not to use it, but I do have another like bucket of indies that I read that would count. I almost feel like I could have read 150. I think it would have been 150 indie books with low ratings and finish the challenge that way, but not literally, because like then you're not really doing the challenge. But there was a moment in my brain where I was like, I feel like I could have just read a bunch of indie books and skipped a lot of prompt sections. But yeah, I haven't decided how I'm going to redeem that, which it's not going to be nonfiction. So I feel like I'm too close. It might be my translations, because that's the other, I would say, prompt I'm struggling with, because I don't read a lot of translated fiction either, which is weird. Like I do, but I read like manga and manhwa and all that stuff. So it just makes it a little different. Hello. I hope you're having a good day at work leading up to the holiday weekend. But yeah, that's the part I'm just like not positive on. Okay. I am opening submissions. Did I submit for all of? No. This is the other thing, is I don't know what's a purple prompt and what's not anymore. So I'm just going to like scroll the white prompts and get all of those done. and then we'll go from there. So I think my first task is just going to as many white prompts as I can get through. And we're going to start, like I said, with 107 submissions. I think I said 108 earlier. I realized that one of them was not checked that should have been. So if you're curious, I have like the tracker that you could get in the Discord where I added a column that says submitted, and then I gray them out once I've submitted the titles. So there's that. What if you're not submitting prompts, what are you going to be working on during our first little 45-minute sprint? Hold on. What is my username? Okay, that is it. I just realized, I was like, I don't remember what I put in for things. And I need to unhide all my sheets also, which is terrible. I don't like this. Okay. Let's see. Work tasks. Fair. Maybe laundry. I love this. Are you done with work tasks? That's fair. That's fine. It's taken me 2 rounds. Like it took me till the second round to like really get into it and do it, if that makes sense. So it's a lot. And you don't have a pea brain. You could do it if you wanted. You just have to like constantly be updating your spreadsheet. That's my hot take. Cleaning and audiobooking. I love this for you. That will be me this afternoon. Let me get the timer up. But yeah, after this is all done, I will be doing something similar. The personal challenge is your hardest prompt. So what did you set as your personal challenge if it involves manga? I'm just curious. Like how much manga did you set yourself up to read? I think the hardest part of the challenge for me has been that I've not really counted manga a lot. Not because like you shouldn't or you can't, but it's a me thing of I felt like if I counted all my manga reading, it would be almost too easy to do the prompts. Versus if I didn't. I don't think I did any of the series prompts. But yeah, I would be curious how and what you did. Oh, 3 longest series on your TBR. Honestly, I should have made my personal challenge something manga because that would have been perfect. And I wouldn't be in the situation I'm currently in, which we'll discuss in my June reset. Let's just say my spreadsheet was not working correctly. That was a lot though. So I believe in you. You got this. Hopefully you're almost done, but maybe you're not. I don't know. All right. I'm going to start the timer. I'm going to start with 107 prompts to go. We'll see how far I get. So fingers crossed. Ooh, that was a good challenge. I should have done that. Oh, I should have done that. You've read one. Fair. I think I would have struggled with it, but I think like I should have done mine to be like getting my NetGalley score up or something. But that's a good idea. I'm going to keep that in mind for next year if we have a personal challenge. Okay. I will be back in 45. Just going to have the timer play while I sit here and type away. And we'll see how far I get. I'm hoping to get to like at least under 90. We'll see. I don't know how long these are going to take me to like get the information because it's going to be a lot of bopping back and forth. So we'll see y'all in 45. Hello, hello. How did y'all do? I have no idea. I have not looked at the number yet, but I will tell you I am on page 2 for the 2.0 prompts, and I think I'm nearing the bottom. There was a handful I could not submit yet because, like the BIPOC challenge, I want to submit when I have all 10 authors, and I'm almost done because I counted everyone elsewhere. A mistake I will not be making. But yeah, I've also been questioning my ability to spell anything and everything during this. I'm like, is that correct? I will say the one surprise I did not expect is as I got to new releases, which is where I just stopped, you need to have your ratings. So keep that in mind. I wish I'd realized that because I would have just like wrote the ratings under the books, but that's fine. You just finished updating your spreadsheet and submitting prompts. You're at 67.6. That's good. You're doing great. Even if you don't finish, I feel like any progress on this challenge is a win. It says I've submitted 84 prompts. Hold on. Yeah, I've submitted 84 prompts so far. Let me see what. Actually, I did that formula wrong. I'm silly. Let's see. I don't know how many prompts there are. Hold on. Let's select. There are 165, so. Yeah, I have 81 left. So, like, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. I am highlighting in yellow any that I, like, haven't read yet. But I feel like I got pretty far, like, in that one sprint. So, like, I feel good, and I'm going to keep going. Like, we're not done yet because I'm almost to the bottom of the list. Yeah, I'm currently on new releases, so it'll be interesting. Ooh, I hope you enjoy it. I like that one, but it doesn't work for everyone. So you haven't submitted all your reads for Ever After-a-thon. Ended up doing that. Fair. You to finish award season. I am 3 away from being done with that prompt, and that prompt is hard. I did go with the Reddit Romance Awards because I felt like I most likely had read and or would be reading a lot of books from there, which did work out in my favor. But the award season prompt is not my friend either. Not my fave at all. It's just not like there aren't. This sounds so mean, but like there really aren't a lot of awards that I feel like have books that I'm interested in. Because like I'm not gonna read a Pulitzer. I have no desire. So yeah, we'll see. But it feels good how many I've gotten submitted. The biggest surprise was opening new releases and it being like, what did you rate the book? And I was like, I don't know what I rated this book. I have no clue what I rated this book. Are you kidding me? Why would I remember that? That's just not a thing my brain retains. So I was like, okay. Yeah, I have 3 left in award season. Where did that prompt go? There it is. But yeah, not a fun surprise. Words that has entrance, semifinals, finals, and winners. So yes, but you can shift it some. So like that's what I did with the romance one. For the romance Reddit, I went and looked at the thread where people submitted, and I pulled books that like multiple people that made it into the initial round, and then I pulled books that finished and stuff, and all that. Wine 3.0, you're only picking your favorites. You would do in Hugo's. The Hugo's for me are like whatever. There's just not award books that like appeal to me. I'm just like I end up reading books that win awards, but like for one whole year, no. It's just not like my jam personally. And that's not to say like again, I've read books that have won awards. I just like don't usually have like there's just not enough. There is never enough completely for me to do it. The Ritas, okay. That's smart, actually, because there's a lot of books there, even with the issues. But yeah, I think that works. Like, I feel like that makes sense. I do feel like the Hugos is probably your best bet overall on finding like enough stuff. But yeah, I think this is my problem, is like a lot of award stuff is just not my jam. That's why I did the romance Reddit awards, because I was like, I do get recs from that Reddit sometimes when I have like a very specific trope I want. And I was like, I feel like this will work for me, but we'll see how that goes. I just thought that I'm supposed to remember ratings. I'm like, I don't remember ratings, but I am very proud of myself for having read a new release every single month this year. Not quite, but yeah. Okay. You did Goodreads Awards and BookTube for entrance. That makes sense. That can work. That's fair. So I think it just depends on like what you read. And I don't feel like there's like a manga award that I could have read from, which I would have done if there was, but I didn't feel like there was a good option for that either. Because that would have made that challenge fine. I think that's funny that you also hate new releases. I get it. I do get it, but I feel like it's hard if you're not someone who like keeps up. And I know that UJB are not necessarily someone who keeps up. So I understand why new releases sucks for you. For me, it's been great because it's helped me get through a lot of arcs that I've gotten. Okay, so using Final Summoner, that's fair. I mean, I feel like that's like that's a fair stretch on people's part. New releases have been easy for you. Yeah, I felt like new releases, like I literally last night finished my last new release for May. So that was nice. That was a nice surprise, a nice little treat for me to be like, okay, cool, I'm done now. The hardest part of new releases was that I had to think about like, are we 60 days pre-release? Because if we are, cool, I'm reading it. If we aren't, oops. You know. So there's that. But yeah, that was the hardest part. And then I would like make myself. And yeah, I know you don't do arcs, so that makes sense. And yeah, the library, yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I do think new releases is like a double-edged sword of like a really good one and also could be frustrating. Like I said, I've used it as an excuse to get through certain things like my Libro FM pickups or arcs that I've already used. KU books. Okay, that's smart actually. I like that idea. That's a good way to do it. I am typing in my new releases as we chat. Summer by Alana Lee, because oh my god, this one is going to be such a task. It was about 4.5. Okay. 2025. The new releases was one that I knew too. Like I had to get through as much as I could. Like early in the year versus like letting them not build up, but kind of like not finish them. Oh, I did not like that book. I think I gave that like a 2. This is my problem. I'm like, what did I rate these? I'm gonna have to double check every rating. Yeah, they did. The 60 days, I think, really, really, really helped. I feel like too, like that 60 days forward or back from a release, I think is what made the new releases doable for me and not as like stressful. That is why you marathon that. Okay. I put that on my wish list for once I get through my KUs. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I wonder if I guessed right on this rating. There was a book I read that I hated. I gave it a. There's no way I gave that book a 3. I remember reading it and being peeved the whole time. Okay, no. No, I'm lowering that rating. That is incorrect. Oh my goodness. Okay, here it is. Yeah, the new releases I think was fun to get me through my drowning arcs list, which it did. Like, I really did get through a lot of arcs via new releases, which was nice. I think it's funny. I remember the books I like rated highly, but the books I didn't like, I'm like, I don't remember what I rated you. Like, I knew it was like a 3 or less. Not because a 3 is a bad book either, but like, I was looking at them like, I know you were a 3 at least, if not lower. You've been pretty good on your new releases, but February is a struggle. There's a reading slump. That's fair. That's also fair. That 60 days forward or back is really what saved me, because I basically ended up ahead. And that really helped. What is that author? This is the other thing. I'm like, sometimes I know an author name, and sometimes I'm like, I have no idea who you are. Three is not like, okay, 3 is not like a book I'm not going to not recommend to somebody, though, if they have a specific request in mind. I might caveat it and say give it a 3. But a 3 is not like a bad book. But a 3 is also not like, a 3 is a book I'm not going to remember necessarily, but I also would not recommend it depending on the situation. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at 3. I don't disagree with you that sometimes a mediocre book is worse than an awful book. But yeah, it just depends. Usually a 3.5 is like okay, this is not bad. Like, this is a more likely to recommend. But there are some 3s I recommend. 3 is neutral, and that's the thing. That's what I mean. It's not a bad book. It's not a bad book in the way in which I give a book a 2 or a 1, and I'm like ranting and raving, which is more fun than a book I feel indifferent-ish about, and or can see who the audience would be for it. Because I feel like I mean, I also drop a book if I think it's going to be 3 usually, okay? But yeah, I feel like it's just different. I do sometimes just need a 3. Like, the book I just finished last night, that was an arc, was a 3. Maybe a 3.5. I cannot decide, because I'm still so frustrated because I wanted it to be so good. And I did not DNF it because I wanted to read it. Like, I still wanted to finish it. It didn't matter if it was good or not. I was finishing the book, but it was not as good as I wanted it to be. Like, I felt like the premise did not deliver, but I don't mind a 3 always. Yeah. So sometimes a 3 to me is a palate cleanser, is the way I will put this. Sometimes I need a 3-star after a really, really good book, because then I am like ready for another favorite. Does this make sense? Like, sometimes I feel like if I've read a ton of stuff that I just really loved, I need a 3 to like clear the slate a little. It was Evening the Score by Lexi LaFleur Brown. It comes out next week, I think, I think next week. And it was really, really, really interesting. The last 10% was amazing. I loved the last 10%. I loved our hero. I loved some of the discussions about grief and some things like that. But it felt like you were reading two different stories with a bit of a romance shoved in the middle, and it was very like disjointed and jumbly. See, that's not what happens for me. Fours cannot be baselines because I read so many fours. I think it's also a volume thing sometimes, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like when you read a lot, sometimes like you need like a book that just kind of is like a book. And I don't disagree. Like, I love Lola Glass, but sometimes they are definitely like a 3, but they reset my reading and my expectations. I also tend to be generous, so ratings are ratings. They're all floof, you know. But yeah, the Lexi LaFleur Brown Evening the Score was not what I wanted, unfortunately. Which sucks. I hate when that happens. But I knew I was finishing it because it was an arc. And I do DNF arcs. Do not get me wrong, but I don't always DNF arcs. But I do feel like it reset my like reading. So now I can again go find some favorites. Which is nice. Oh my god, she is knocked out. I'm actually shocked I haven't downed this already. So, what are y'all working on the next sprint? We're going to do at least one more, maybe 2. We'll see. If I get through most of these, I think I'm done. But, yeah, because I only have 2 prompts. To prompt things on this to do. So that's not bad on the whites, and I'll be on the purples. So I think one more 45 and I'll be through most of my submissions. Call your mama, do Tai Chi, fun. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people feel. And then some people are like, a 3 is terrible. You're working on life admin stuff. Okay, fun. Ooh, fun. I hate that for you. Good luck. Do it. I am the worst person. I'm like, yeah, change it. Whatever. Change it. Why not? Thank you. You caught my 1 and I appreciate it. As I hit submit, I went, oh no, that was the wrong year. So, yeah, I was like, oops, look at me go. Oh, I'm getting text that somebody is about to catch some hands from May. Uh-oh. I got sent a cat, by the way. And I want the cat so badly. I do believe it's probably a boy cat. And Grumps is very anti-boy cats. But look at him. I'm also about to like leave my house for a month. I cannot get a cat, but oh my god, I want this cat. It is so cute. I want this cat. I want another cat. Not really. I do not need another pet right now. But I think that's the same cat. It might be 2 different cats. I'm not sure, but I think they're Maine Coons also, which I do not need a Maine Coon. Fair. They're so cute. Grumps will not allow a boy cat, which it would be neutered. I don't have any non-spayed and neutered animals. Even this little munchkin. And that one, like, even though she had babies, she's fixed now that we have her. But yeah. I also do not know where this cat is. I just got sent screenshots from May and she goes, you need this cat. And I was like, don't tempt me. But again, I'm about to be gone for a month. I can not get another cat. I think Peas would also riot. She'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm not the only one? Because I do feel as though I have the loner cat. She's very happy to be by herself and not deal with anything else but her sister who's terrified of her. Because 7 pounds versus 26 is a real battle there. Oh, weird. Okay. Sorry. Weird neighborhood alert. Okay. What are you going to make your personal challenge? That was my question. What is your new personal challenge going to be? Hold on. I did close the window. 5 books. There you go. Perfect. Have you already done it? What is your prediction for 3.0? I would love to know. I have none. I just am excited to share my chaos plans at some point. Pretending that other cats exist and others like your mom's current 3 just adore each other. That's fair. So like Peas and Millie are not quite at the point of which Millie is like, hello, you said my name. I woke up. They like know each other exists. It's not like a full situation of like Millie is unaware of the cat. But I do at times feel as though Millie is unaware of the cat existing. I feel like sometimes Millie is like, oh, hey. And then Peas just like rubs on her and she stands there frozen like a cryptid getting photographed in the woods. Because that's like what Millie does. Like she literally, I feel like, is a cryptid. Yeah. I don't know. And I just don't know. Like, I feel like Peas is like so happy. Sometimes just like chilling and like harassing just me and then startling Millie. That is like her favorite hobby, to do like trap Millie. A numerical page type prompt. Various readathons are switching to pages submitted instead of prompts, and it might include a bonkers page prompt. Okay. Like read a certain amount of pages in the year. Because we had the by the hundreds. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm really curious to see what 3.0 looks like. Like, very, very curious. I'm sort of totally really hoping for a new Discord for 3.0. Because I'm so overwhelmed in the other Discord. It like, I don't know. It's fine. I just don't go in there. But to get the secret prompts. Submit X amount of pages. Okay, me too. Okay, I'm not alone. I'm very overwhelmed every time I open that Discord. I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of things happening here. And I have everything muted that I don't use, but I still am like, oh my gosh, there's so much. But yeah. It would be nice, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's what I mean by new Discord. I mean, I was in the camp this year who was like, oh, everyone wants to stay in the same. Okay. I get it. It overwhelms me. Okay, let's do our next prompt. I'm going to eat my Uncrustable because I do believe she is thawed. Yeah, she does not feel cold anymore, so a win. All of it, because I feel like I mute things and then I come back in to go look at a thing and then I like have to mute other things, if that makes sense. Because like I'm a relatively like skilled Discord user, and I feel like I'm just like constantly trying to like find what I'm looking for, even and like remuting stuff. It's weird, and I don't know if that's just Discord being weird. Also, yeah, I think it's that too. I think it's the like mash of like everyone's like, a lot of us are there for Herkia and a lot of us are there for other people are there for everything. I just get overwhelmed. I don't know. It's been better lately. I've not had as many things pop up. For a minute there, that was like every time I opened it, there was a new thing, and I was like, "Oh God, what is happening?" I also just have notification overwhelm, so like I just have to mute everything and their brother to survive. Okay. I'm going to, yeah, I think that too. Sometimes I think it's just it's a lot of people. So I think it's unavoidable to an extent, no matter what, because it's just so many people. So I feel like sometimes it's just busy because a lot of people, you know what I mean? Which there's no avoiding that because it's like, I feel like there's so many people do the challenge, which I think is fantastic. And I love that. I think it makes me really happy that so many people are doing it because it's such a good challenge. Okay. I'm gonna get the timer up. I'm gonna email across the ball in the sprint. And I'm gonna start submitting my new releases. And I think the next I don't think I'll do nonfiction until I'm done with that prompt set. And then I'll submit the one for Q's Rex that I've done. Since I still have 2 left to read for that, but I'll at least get 1 done. That way I just know it's there. Let me know what y'all are working on, and we'll be back in 45. Okay. Nope. Maybe? Yes. Okay, it switched. I realized I had switched mics on me. I made the realization that I could just go ahead and count some books towards BIPOC that I've not counted in the challenge. So I did that and I submitted for that. And that has put me down to like 20 prompts left. 19 prompts left. 36 total to submit. So that feels really good. That was like a very nice way to get these done, because staring these down, I was like, I don't want to do this. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm finishing typing up my review for Evening the Score. But yeah. That's 10%. But yeah, that was my big thing, was getting all of these submitted. And that felt good. 36 left is like very doable. And then I know there's a handful of prompts you do at the end that like cover certain things out the readathon, I believe. So that'll be really, really nice. I think I only have one admin task left in my day, and that's figuring out how I want to track my manga reading challenge. So we'll see. But yeah, I need to figure that out, because I need to know if I accomplished the goal or not on that for sure. I love this for you. I think that a new spreadsheet is always the answer. You could always incorporate a page that you like put into your yearly spreadsheet, even potentially next year, once you know that you like it. This year, like, you try it for the next 6 months or so, see if you like it. If you do, put it in your new spreadsheet. I don't know, just a thought. I'm, like I said, currently waffling on how I want to track me reading down my owned manga list. You did some more prompt submissions, had dinner. I love this for you. I did have my Uncrustable. I do need a little more for lunch than that probably, but it's a start. Which is nice. But yeah, I finished the BIPOC challenge prompt technically. I was trying not to do more than 2 of the same identity, which I read way more than that, obviously. Like, I read way more than 10. I just kept counting. It was really funny because I was looking at it, I was like, why did I count every single BIPOC author I read for another challenge that was not the BIPOC challenge early on? Because that's exactly what I did. So I finished that challenge though. So that feels like truly so nice. I think, does that give me a bingo yet? No. I love that I keep finishing. Nothing's giving me a bingo. Like, I literally have to finish translations around the world. That would be a bingo, either of those. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that, like, I do not have another bingo yet. I only have the top row. The top row. No, I don't have the top row yet. This is the hardest bingo of my life. I don't have that many books left, but I think they're just scattered across so many prompts. That's fair, though. I do get that. The visual is nice. Percent of pre-2023. Okay. I think that'll be interesting. I will be very curious to see what you come up with for that. I do still have time for this. This is true. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I have a lot of squares left, even though I don't have that many prompts left. But no, this is perfect because it's just got me through this task that I mean, I'm truly was dreading it. I was like, if I don't do a live and do this with other people watching and accountability, it's not happening. Which, like, you know, fair, because my God, there's a lot of submitting, y'all. You want to differentiate between your pre-2027 and 2027. That's fair. I like my manga transaction tracker that I use, where I like track what I've read from this year to prior years. That has been nice. So I'm trying to get like 2024 cleared out, which I'll be there soon. I'm only like 33 books away from reading all my 2024 purchases for manga, so it's very doable. Yeah, I want to track a way to know that I'm like reading down my manga TBR better, because I realized recently that I was not doing what I thought I was doing. We'll just say that. We'll be discussing it in my June reset, because I still cannot believe myself. I mean, I can, but I was just like, damn, that's disappointing. This is true. Progress is progress, and you got to keep moving forward, even when it feels like you're not moving forward at times. So there's that. But yeah, that's it for this. I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope y'all had some good productivity for those little 2 sprints we did. I still cannot believe how close to done I am with HRCYED. I don't know that I'll believe it even when I'm done. To be honest with you, I feel like am I really done? But I'm going to wrap this up here so I can go film my outro for Thursday's video. And get that edited and up for my members so they can watch it. Because it's going to be a nice little vlog situation. So there's some length to that one. Of course, thank y'all for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. I hope everybody that has a 3-day weekend coming up enjoys it. I know it's not everywhere, but I know here in the States we've got a 3-day this weekend. So I hope everybody enjoys it. Y'all have a great Tuesday. Bye.